Hi, it's Lynn from LynnieCDesigns. Thank you for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in West Sussex in the UK. And I shared this card on my video last week, and I'll share a link to that somewhere. And I was using the Painted Lavender Bundle or Suite that's in the mini catalogue, the Stampin' Up mini catalogue, and I've still been playing with it. But I thought actually I'm still using it because I've been making my swaps. I'm going off for Stampin' Up convention with some of my extended team in a couple of weeks, but I thought I would try and recreate this. This was one of the cards that we made in my February class, but I'm going to use some of the other stamps just to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to try a technique which I haven't used for a very long time called thumping. Anyway, this is a very basic card. It's got a base of thick basic white, which is 21 centimeters by 14.8 centimeters, and it's scored at 10.5. That's the base, and I do a little bit of stamping on the inside. I've got some normal basic white for the panel on the front, and then I've got another piece which I'm going to do my stamping on. So yeah, what I am going to do, I'm actually going to do a little bit of stamping on this before I emboss it. Now I'm going to emboss it with the Painted Textures 3D embossing folder. I've no idea what it's going to look like, but sometimes you've just got to have a bit of a play around, and I'm using my piercing mat because this is a photopolymer stamp set, and the ink I've got here is a very good question, very good, Lost Lagoon. Nobody asked me a question. Oh dear. So I'm going to stamp that there and just come down and offset a little bit just so that you get a variant, and then I'm going to come again full strength this side, and I'm going to move it in the middle and just bring it down there. And I've got no idea what that's going to do when it's embossed, but we'll give it a go. And this is for my flowers. So I've got Highland Heather, which is a beautiful purpley colour. I'm going to pop that on there, and there's a lovely die in the coordinating die set that will stamp that out. Now that's it just in the Highland Heather, but I've brought in a bit of my Berry Burst Stampin' Bright marker, and I'm gonna put more ink on that block, and then I think this is the right way of doing it. You just thump random, just to bring in a bit of extra colour. Now I'm keeping it all the same direction, if that makes sense. So that will do. I'm going to huff on it, and the huffing, the hot air in my breath, that's really pretty. Just brings in, reactivates the ink because the ink is water based. So that's very pretty. We're going to just clean that off. And then I've got the stem for these flowers. Oh, not very clever, just wiped ink, stuck my fingers in the ink pad. So we will just stamp that down. Lovely. And then just on the inside, just because I think it's quite nice to do it, I'm going to bring in this little stamp here, grid paper. Stamp that there, and I have got this little flower here, this little stamp here. I'm just going to bring in a little bit of colour. And that just gives a very subtle little stamped image. Hopefully that was all on camera. So I'm going to get my bone folder, reinforce that score line, make sure that's at the front, there we go. And that is our stamping done. I'm going to shut my and I'm going to quickly die cut that and that out, and I will emboss this. Oh. Excuse the noise. Our neighbours are doing some renovations. Hopefully it's not too noisy for you. I will be back. So I also die cut with this, and this is Lost Lagoon, and I thought that would add a little bit of extra floral, but actually that looks rather lovely. So I don't do that very often, by stamping and then embossing, but that really works. So I'm happy with that. Put all our dies back. And then we've got, no, I've die cut that as well, because we might use that too. Time for new plates. I've got some new ones, it's very difficult to use them. This is stupid, isn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna get some of my Tombow glue. And stick that on there. And what I'm going to do with this, I either do another one, because actually I think they would be quite nice to have several of those. What do we think? I might just trim that up there, because you're never going to see it, and then I can add in some extra flowers. I think I'm going to cut another, I'm going to cut a couple of these. Yeah. So I'm going to stick that on with a little bit liquid glue. And stick that there. I'm just going to go down there. So I'm going to stick these bits. This is going to go on with dimensional. Bit of glue there. So that's going to hide. Did I take the back? I didn't take that. I keep doing that. Take the back off the dimensional, Lynn. There we go. Put that down, and then I'm going to add some glue. Maybe I should have done these in a different green. Fabulous, I like that. I'm going to leave the sentiment because you just never know when you're going to need the sentiment. But I'm going to do, let's see if I got some twine on the go. I have. Yes, I was playing this. I'll show you. I'm going to, this time I'm going to do a double. So double bits of twine. And I'll do a double bow. And that will fit nicely on there. We'll get a glue dot. And then just kind of roll that up so you can't see the glue dot. I'm going to stick that on that join there. Because this is embossed, I'm going to put a little bit more than I would normally do. Lovely. Make sure that's stuck. And I've got these gems, the purple fine shimmer gems, which come in the Perennial Lavender Suite. And because I brought the colour in, I'm going to use the Berry Burst ones. There we go. Now, I love this, but I think this is my favourite. I just need to work out what embellishment to put on to cover up the smudge Anyway, oh yes, this was one of my tries at a swap for on stage. Didn't quite, I don't know, I like it, but it'll go on a card. And then I did this one, but this wasn't quite right either. I wanted to use up some of the scraps that I've got of the designer series paper because it's so gorgeous. It needs to be used, but I will share the swaps that I made probably next weekend or the weekend after. I'm not sure because I'm around next weekend. So anyway, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, then I would love you to hit that button and the notifications so that you find out when I do my videos. So that's it from me today. Take care. Be safe. Bye for now.